welcome to yet another episode of Yet Another Beer Show. I'm Casey.
And I'm Colin. And today, Casey brought us a favorite from Long Island. It's the Blue Point Toasted Lager. And you've had this a few times visiting friends
Correct.
on Long Island.
I have a couple good friends who live up on Long Island, and when I go up...
Mike and Eric, how you doing?
Hi, Mike and Eric. Considering they're 10% of our audience. And when I go up to visit, you know, they just throw the word Blue Point around, like, oh, you want a Blue Point. And,
yeah, it's a big deal.
And it's kind of like, well, Blue Point. It's kind of like us, you know, when we say Yingling, it's just one of those things that's so ingrained in our drinking culture that we're like, oh, what a Yingling, I want a Yingling. But people come,
I'm an old man.
Oh my God.
Talking pictures.
And so people don't know what Yingling is, and similarly, we're not very familiar with Blue Point down here. I actually don't see it too often around here, which is why...
I've never seen it before. This is the first time I've ever seen it.
Oh, okay, cool. I was surprised when I went to the beer shop around here and saw a bottle, and so I decided to pick it up. I've never actually had the toasted lager. Honestly, I can't remember which of theirs I had. It was a it was a pale ale, I believe, but I don't know what the name of it was, but it was good as far as I can remember.
Yeah, I mean, it looks good in the bottle. It is. The bottle also indicates it's a World Beer Cup gold medal winner, and I don't know when. I don't know when it won that or what it really takes to get a beer in the World Cup of beer. But I mean, I'm guessing with a toasted lager, it's going to be kind of your traditional lager, but also should have some kind of deep malts and kind of this. 1 second. Deep malts and kind of hopefully like a roasted toasty flavor.
I definitely with the flavor. What I read on their website, on Blue Point's website, was that the toasted part of the name comes from the fact that they use an actual flame during during the fermentation process.
So rather than just turning up the temperature, they're actually kind of
using
cooking
a flame.
it.
I don't know how common that is, if that's a rare thing, but that's what. According to them, that's where the toasted part of the name comes from.
That's kind of a neat little thing.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know if you guys can see at home. This actually pours a really, really nice color. It's kind of like a rusty red copper color, and it's got a little bit more red than you'd expect your traditional lager to have. Mm-hmm. Good carbonation, though not much of a head, I think.
No, not much. And the aroma isn't overwhelming.
No, I mean, we've done some beers before where it's like, as soon as you pour it, everyone in the room is like, "Ooh, who's having a beer?" But this is not like that at all. It's actually really subdued even when you kind of put your nose right up to it. Mm-hmm. But it's a really kind of nice looking color, and you know, it almost borders in like Imperial or Irish Red territory, but more in the, I guess, copper is what you said. That's a good...
I think I read that on the website. I can't take...
if the internet says it. Yeah, there's not, I mean, apart from the color, there's not much else appearance-wise. It's real interesting. So let's see what happens taste-wise. Cheers.
Cheers. What do you think?
Well, I mean, I think it's probably, the process being why it's called the toasted lager makes sense now. It doesn't taste like there's toasted anything in the beer. I wonder what the toasting of the, you know, in the fermentation process provides for it. I don't know
how that makes
it better, or how that makes it, maybe that just is what makes it unique. Mm-hmm. But it's a good solid flavor, I would say.
Yeah, it's as we were talking about Yingling earlier, it kind of not directly in taste, but it reminds me a bit of Yingling in that it's nothing particularly out of this world amazing, but
yeah, it just kind of has the traditional. I mean, it's traditional lager type taste, and it's got kind of that little bit of aftertaste, which is I want to say like warm a little bit, but it's good. It's just it's just like not knock your socks off good. This might be Long Island's, like you're saying, it might be Long Island's Yingling.
Yeah, I definitely get that taste.
It's good, and it's I can imagine be very easy to drink a lot of these.
Yes.
It wouldn't be necessarily a connoisseur's favorite beer. Someone who's, I travel the world looking for the best beers would not be like, this, I'll have it. But if you're going out to the bar or anything and you just want to have something easy to drink, this would be a great choice.
If you want to impress the locals of Long Island.
If you find yourself dropped into Long Island and you want to appear as if you're from there, you can get a toasted head. Toasted head? Toasted lager, Blue Point.
Blue Point. It's good though.
It's good.
I recommend it.
Yeah, I would say if it was around, I would probably give it another try because again, it's not around the Philadelphia area very often, so it would be one of those things where if I was somewhere that had it on tap or on the shelf, I'd probably be like, oh, I remember this. It's pretty good.
Right. And I imagine
exactly like that. I remember this.
I imagine if someone who lived in Long Island, you know, went to school or moved to Philadelphia or something and saw a Blue Point, they'd get really excited and be like, oh, you know, Blue Point.
And it's while it's not the best beer ever, it's definitely worthy of that. It's definitely worthy. I can see it being like
a sentimental.
This is I really miss this from home.
Much like Yingling.
You're right. I mean, when I was in San Francisco and you couldn't get Yingling west of the Mississippi, it was like that. You know,
I bet.
A friend of mine shipped a case of Yingling out to me, and
better friend than me.
A better friend than you. But yeah, this is the same type of deal. So I would say wholeheartedly I recommend it, but not necessarily for your craft beer fanatics.
No, yeah, you wouldn't want to impress a beer connoisseur with this, but I think it would definitely be something you could drink and enjoy.
Yeah. So overall, Case likes it, Colin likes it, people from Long Island all like it.
Colin also talks in the third person now.
You pointed at yourself when you said Colin.
Well, sorry.
It was a little bit weird.
Anyway, I highly recommend this beer, and I think Colin, well, not highly. I shouldn't say highly recommend. I recommend this beer. If you're
I feel like we're hemming and hawing all episode, but
yeah.
I think that's the sign of the fact that it's pretty good. We just can't decide whether or not we want to give this something like an A or a B plus or whatever.
I'd give it an okay.
Anyway, it's definitely enjoyable. It's the Blue Point Toasted Lager, and if it's nearby, pick it up and give it a try and see if you think anything different than we do. We were Yet Another Beer Show. That's Casey.
And that's Colin.
And keep drinking and enjoy it.
Cheers.
Everyone will be able to drink it and enjoy it, rather than like your one friend who's like, I'm gonna get a big heavy stout,
right?
Or your friend who's like, I only drink light stuff. My voices correspond to the type of beer I drink, and this would be one that everyone could kind of meet in the middle and enjoy.
So the voices of the heavy and the light beer drinkers. I drink light beer. I drink lagers.